Hi guys, back with me again, Ati Kurniawan Yusuf. In this video, we're gonna learn together about moderation variable and how to run moderation analysis in Spss. What is moderating or moderation variable? So, moderation variable is the variable that can strengthen or weaken the relationship between independent variables and the dependent variables. One more time, moderating variable is a variable that can strengthen or weaken the relationship between independent variable and also dependent variable. This is the example. Based on your opinion, can stress affect depression? Yes, of course, stress can affect depression directly. When people are so stressful, it can lead to depression. There is another variable in this model, which is social support. If you see, the arrow of the social support is between the relationship of the independent variable, which is stress, and also dependent variable, which is depression. That is moderating variable. So we want to know whether the social support can strengthen or weaken the relationship of the stress on depression. Do you get my point, right? In this case, social support is the moderation or the moderating variable. We can also mention moderating variable as the interacting variable. The question is that why don't we try to make the social support as the mediation instead of moderation? If we make social support as the mediation, it will be like this, right? Stress, go to social support go to depression. My question, is it logical that stress will affect social support? Logically, theoretically, stress do not have any relation with the social support. Therefore, it is a bit irrational if we put the social support as the mediating variable. However, moderating variable can be correlated to dependent variable. In this case, can social support affect depression? Yes, with the social support, the depression possibility will be lower. Do you get my point, right? Now, I have this research model. Brand attitude toward brand loyalty. Brand attitude is the independent variable, brand loyalty is the dependent variable. Between this relationship, there is one moderating variable, which is perceived store image. The independent variable is denoted by X, dependent variable is denoted by Y, and also moderating variable is denoted by M. Now the question is that how to create the regression equation for moderation analysis. We will regress the independent variable, the moderating variable, and also the interaction between them with the dependent variable. So the independent variable will be the independent variables itself, the moderating variables, and also the interaction between independent and also moderating variables. This is the regression equation. BL, it is brand loyalty, equals to alpha plus beta 1 BA, BA here is brand attitude, the independent variable, plus B2 PS. PS here is the moderating variable, but in the regression equation, its role is as independent variable. It is perceived store image, plus beta 3, it is the interaction between independent and also moderating variable. We just multiply it, BA multiply by PS plus error. So, BA multiplied by PS, it is the interaction or moderating term. The research question will be like this. Does perceived store image moderate the effect of brand attitude on brand loyalty? Let's try together in the SPSS. Before you conduct linear regression analysis, mediation analysis, moderation analysis, you need to test validity and reliability and also classical assumption test. The data that we're gonna use has fulfilled the validity, reliability, and also classical assumption requirement. So we will directly test the moderation analysis. So guys, this is the data. There is brand attitude, brand loyalty, perceived store image. So this is the brand attitude average, brand loyalty average, and perceived store average. And also guys, because you want to interact the brand attitude and also the perceived store, you need to find the multiplication between these two variables. So you need to multiply brand attitude and also perceived store image. The way is simple. just the brand attitude here, it is F2 multiplied by Q2, perceived store image average. So it's better for you to find the interaction term in Microsoft Excel instead of using SPSS because it is easier. Alright, after you finish, then move this data into SPSS. Okay, so this is the data already inputted in the SPSS. It will be analyzed, regression, linear as usual. Okay, and then the dependent variable will be the brand loyalty. The independent will be brand attitude, perceived store image, and also brand attitude multiplied by perceived store image. Yeah, don't forget the previous model that we have discussed previously. Then okay. Alright, so this is the result. You can see that the R is 0.865. It means the correlation is strong and also positive. The R square is 0.749. It means 74.9% of the dependent variable can be explained by the independent variables. The F-test is less than 0.05, especially it is less than 0.001. It represents goodness of fit, or I can say that all independent variables simultaneously can affect dependent variable. Now let's see the coefficient here. This coefficient table, as you know, it is used to find the partial effect. If you see here, the brand attitude can affect brand loyalty, okay? Because the sig here or the p-value is less than 0.05, but the effect is negative. Perceived store image, on the other hand, cannot affect brand loyalty because the p-value here is more than 0.05. Now, this is the important thing. We need to see the interaction variable. Brand attitude multiplied by perceived store image. If you see here, the result is significant. It is less than 0.05. In the other word, I can mention that perceived store image can moderate the relationship between the brand attitude and also brand loyalty. If you see here in the coefficient is positive. What does it mean? So guys, based on the previous result, you can know that brand attitude affects brand loyalty negatively. The coefficient of the effect is minus 3.264. Since the coefficient of the interacting variable is positive, this is the interpretation. For higher level of perceived store image, the effect of the brand attitude on the brand loyalty will become minus 3.264 plus 0.760. It will be minus 2.504. In this case, the negative effect is decreasing. In the beginning is minus 3.264, it becomes minus 2.504. Therefore, we can say for the higher level of perceived store image can weaken the negative effect between brand attitude and brand loyalty. So the negative effect is weakened, right? However, for lower level of perceived store image, the coefficient will be minus 3.264 minus 0.760. So for higher level it is plus, for lower level it is minus. It will be minus 4.024. In this case, you can see in the beginning minus 3.264, it become minus 4.024. The negative effect is higher. Or in other words, I can say that perceived store image strengthen the negative effect between the brand attitude and brand loyalty. So when you want to interpret the result, you need to use the logic, guys. However, sometimes people only interpret for higher level of moderating variable only. So generally, we can conclude that perceived store image can weaken the negative effect between brand attitude and brand loyalty. Now, for moderating variable, there are several types as well. There are several types: the pure moderator, the quasi-moderator, and not moderator. So, pure moderator happens when the moderating variable is not significant to dependent variable, while the interaction variable, the interaction term, is significant to the dependent variable. Quasi-moderator happens when both moderating variable and also the interaction term are significant on the dependent variable. However, if the interaction term is not significant on the dependent variable, it is not moderator. If the moderating variable itself significant, we can say it is predictor moderator. It means the moderator actually becomes the independent variable. Well, if the moderating variable itself also not significant, we call it as homologizer moderator. So in this case, perceived star image, which is the moderating variable, is not significant, while the interaction variable, it is significant. Therefore, we call perceived star image as the pure moderator.